DNA Tooth had covered this story, man, and somehow uh, he dropped some paperwork and documentation showing that Big T was caught up in this prostituting sting in 2007 with the alleged women in question. It was 11 women in all. 6 of them was adults, so they were charged, and the other 5 was minors. What's being said about these minors is that they were prostituting themselves on Craigslist for food and shelter. They were runaway allegedly. They were runaways allegedly, and they were selling their bodies to eat and survive. This ain't looking too good if it's true. But the thing that got me the most is this case took place in 2007. What was the end result? Because Big T been around for a minute. Did he not go to jail for this? What was the end result in this? That this man ain't gone for this, if it was true about him. Like, how is he still out? 11 women, 5 of them minors, 6 of them is adults. Yep, he was one of the names mentioned in that under the paperwork and everything. I'm saying to myself, like, okay, this don't look right at all. It don't look right at all. And things like this really shows you how black homes are broken. Too many broken black homes. That your underage daughter could be out and about gone and you have no idea where she at, and neither do you care. That she actually then made her home into a house of pimps that are prostituting her for food and shelter, allegedly. You don't do no missing family report, none of that. Something wrong with that picture, man. And just like so many other people who personally get caught up in things like this, in this day and age, there's no excuse. In this day and age, there's no excuse. We're in the era of electronics and technology where you can find this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, before it was the internet, I'm gonna tell you what minors and things used to do, who develop stronger, or not stronger, who develop quick. Because you know, black girls, they develop quick, man. Sometimes it's hard to say. You couldn't tell sometimes a 15, 16, 7-year-old girl from a 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 at the time, depending on how their bodies is developed and things like that. And most women shy, so they don't really talk much. So you really couldn't tell about a mentality of talking with them, because most of the times the male is so dominant, all it is like yes and no. You know what I'm saying? For the women, for the most part. And in those days, before the internet, you would have minors leaving their neighborhoods, going to other neighborhoods where they wasn't known at, trying to come up due to their life of poverty. That's why most of them girls wanted to mess around with older men. This is why R. Kelly didn't see nothing wrong with him going to the high school, picking up girls at high school, the age he was. Because what was crazy, that was what people was doing. And it was like a normal, natural thing. When we was in high school, the freshman girls would be going with the seniors or college students, getting dropped off at school like it was nothing. The teachers and them knew everything. Like it was nothing. They'll be getting picked up from school, dropped off at school by grown men when we was young. They didn't even want to date people our age. They didn't want to date men their age, but they looked at us as though we couldn't help them do nothing. or help them out of their situation. The first girl I started talking to of age, I was a freshman. She was a senior. I was happy I pulled her. I told my guys, I say, oh, guess what? I go with a senior. They like, stop lying. I say, I'm serious. I go with a senior. I was like 14. She was 19 years old. And it was like nothing. So they looked at it. But in this day and age, it's entirely different. This stuff is, now you know, you got social media. You can find out people's backgrounds and stuff. And they families attached to their social media, they friends, the people they went to school with, and everything. So all this stuff can come out. Now, this supposed to have happened in 2007. I was in prison in 2007. I went to prison in 2001. I was still there in 2007, hadn't been out. So I wasn't knowledgeable of social media. Because before I went to prison, we didn't have social media. Or it was out, and I was a drug dealer, so I don't see why we didn't have it. But it definitely wasn't like it was now. But when I went to prison in 2001, we didn't really have no social media like that. We didn't really have social media like that. And I don't know when social media actually came out and even exploded. I know when I got out in 2008, MySpace was there, and I think Facebook was just starting, and YouTube was there. Now it didn't advance big time since then. And you seeing exactly what's going on and happening all over the world, how it ain't no excuse for that stuff. You can find that stuff out now, for real. Um, did Big T know? See, here's the thing. People who he was cool with, rappers he was cool with, this is who they need to be calling now. They need to be calling him, seeing what's up. It is what it is. Again, I'm trying to say this 2007, so that case should have been up. What was the end results? What happened? Was he charged? Did he have to do time? Was it time served? The one thing we do know, he on these streets. That's one thing we do know, that he on the streets. And as a result of him being on the streets, I'm trying to see when the first time I saw Big T. What year was that? Yeah, that was somewhere around 2008 or 2009, if I ain't mistaken. So he probably didn't even do no time. That's why we got to be real careful when addressing it, because you don't want to snake nobody. You don't want to put no salt on nobody. If you really don't know what's going on, he probably could have just been in the crib, police raid and hit the crib. I done seen that happen to dudes before too. When you actually just stopping by one of the guy pads or trap houses, even though you shouldn't be there, or sometimes you probably didn't know, and the police hit, and next thing you know, you charged too. We done been in situations like that a few times. A few of my guys caught cases as a result of them looking for me. So, gotta be careful, because this could happen. But if this is true and he knew about it and this was going on and he really implemented in this for being one of the guys who were running it or had knowledgeable about it and was doing things, this ain't gonna be right, bro. This gonna be a dark time for you. It's gonna be a dark time for you, man. You know. Um, that's crazy. That's crazy. So again, I don't know, man, if this the one Bird was talking about though. Because like I said, when Bird was talking about the information he knew on the guys, he was calling the guys homosexuals. He was saying he caught the guy kissing and he know the guys like men. So I don't think this the same person Bird talking about. I really don't. I don't think this the same person at all. Because he never mentioned kids. He never mentioned no rape when he was actually coming at whoever he was leaking to some degree was a fairy boy, you know. But one thing he didn't do, he didn't say nothing about them messing around with kids. So I don't think this him. I think this somebody else. So therefore, I don't know. This crazy though, man. So Big T is in hot water right now. I ain't checked the battle rap streets yet, so I don't know if they applying pressure on him. They doing faces on him. They doing shows or talking about him and things like that. I just felt the need to address it because people want to hear me break it down and assess it. I mean, it's just certain things that just I'm trying to see. Like this is supposed to happen in 2007. Um, I only did this supposed to happen in 2007. It's like he didn't go to jail. He didn't go to. I mean, he did get arrested, had to, because his name was implemented. But I don't know if he did any time. So I don't know if they. I don't know if he did any time. But I've been seeing him since maybe 2009 or 8. That happened in 2007. So if he did go to jail, he didn't really do no time. Or they probably dropped the charges because they ain't had nothing on him. And he might have been visiting somebody else. I don't know. But what I do know is his name was definitely implemented and definitely in the paperwork. Saying that them girls was minors and that they were working for food. They were selling their body for food and shelter. Terrible, 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 man. It is what it is. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my job, and that's a question he's doing. Subscribe to Battle Truth, man. Big T seemed like he may be in hot water, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see, did he make an announcement, any statement on this or anything, man, to clear up these allegations and rumors? Usually, definitely, you can tell if a person's guilty or not when they do